You ever look at your bank account and feel like some of your money just vanished? Not spent, not wasted, just missing. Like it was there yesterday and now it's not, but you can't point to a single thing that explains it. So you scroll through your transactions, nothing unusual, no big purchases, no obvious mistake, but your balance still feels lower than it should be. And that's the frustrating part, because it's not clear enough to panic, but it's wrong enough to bother you. That weird in-between feeling. That's where most people get stuck, because what you're seeing looks like your real balance, but it isn't. And the reason has nothing to do with how much you spent. It has everything to do with something most people ignore: pending transactions. Here's the part that throws people off. When you spend money, it doesn't always leave your account immediately. It kind of pauses. It sits there in a temporary state. Not fully gone, not fully there, just waiting. And while it's waiting, your bank still shows it in your balance. So you think you still have that money. But at the same time, the system already knows you don't. That's the contradiction. You're looking at one number, but the bank is working with another. And that gap, even if it's small, creates confusion. Let's make this real. You have $300 in your account. You go out, grab food, spend $25. You tap your card, walk away. Everything feels normal. You check your balance later, still close to $300. So your brain says, okay, I'm good. Then you spend again, maybe coffee, maybe something small, still nothing alarming. But the next day, you open your app and suddenly your balance drops way more than you expected. Now it feels like you spent a lot all at once, but you didn't. You just saw everything at once. Here's the trick. Pending transactions don't always show up immediately, but when they do, they don't spread out the way your memory does. They land together. And your brain doesn't like that, because your brain tracks spending as moments. I spent a little here. I bought something small there. It spreads things out. But your bank, it compresses them. It stacks them together. And when that happens, your balance feels like it took a hit, even if nothing unusual happened. That's why it feels like money disappeared, not because it's gone, but because it showed up late and showed up all at once. There's another layer to this. Sometimes pending transactions don't even show clearly. They sit quietly, small, almost invisible. And because they're not fully processed, your brain doesn't register them as real spending yet. So mentally, you're still counting that money as yours, even though the system already moved on. So when everything finally clears, it feels like a surprise, like something changed overnight. But nothing changed. You're just catching up. And this is what most people miss. Your bank account is not a live reflection of your money. It's a delayed version of it, always slightly behind, always updating, always adjusting. And those delays, they don't just affect numbers, they affect how you feel. Because money isn't just math, it's perception. And perception depends on timing. When something happens matters just as much as what happened. If $10 leaves your account slowly, you barely notice. If it leaves all at once, it feels bigger than it is. That's why pending transactions mess with your head. They don't change your spending, they change how you experience it. And once you understand that, you stop reacting to the balance the same way. You stop assuming something went wrong, and you start asking a better question. Not, where did my money go, but what hasn't shown up yet? That question changes everything, because now you're not just looking at the number, you're thinking about the timing behind it. You're aware that what you see isn't always the full picture, and that awareness alone reduces that weird panic moment, the one where you feel like you lost control. Because the truth is, you didn't lose control. You just saw everything at once, and your brain wasn't ready for it. So next time your balance feels off, don't jump to conclusions. Pause, look at what's pending, look at what just cleared, and remember, your money didn't disappear, it just showed up later than you expected. And here's the real takeaway, the one that actually helps. Once you understand this, you stop checking your balance like it's a truth teller. You start checking it like a rough draft. You stop panicking at the number and start asking, what's still in the mail? That one shift, from reacting to questioning, saves you more mental energy than any budget ever will. Because the problem wasn't your spending. The problem was the gap between when money leaves and when you feel it leave. And now you see that gap, which means it can't surprise you anymore. See ya.